Hello, Trans Youth Channel. It's Adam. I'm back, and I've got no boobs! This is my first week back making videos since top surgery, and this week's topic is musical tastes and gender stereotypes in music and how our perception of music and taste in music has changed since we started transitioning. Music-wise, I have kind of really weird, varied tastes. I was a music major in college, and so I listened to a lot of classical stuff. I'm also a big Broadway fan. I like Mumford & Sons. I like the Avett Brothers, Flogging Molly. I listen to random songs that I like. I don't follow bands specifically, so that's me in a nutshell. My tastes haven't really changed since I started transitioning, but I will say that when I was in college, and even before that when I was taking voice lessons just in middle school and high school, I would always come to my teachers and want to do a song that was normally sung by a man, like from musical theater genre. And they'd give me a hard time with it and say, you know, this isn't like the right rep for you. And I'd say, I know, but it's such a good song and I don't understand why I can't sing it. So I persisted in that gender bending idea. And then when I got to college, I started doing a lot of classical rep. There's a story within every piece, and you have to connect with the story in some way. You have to place yourself into the story in some context. And most of the pieces that I was doing, that context was a woman or a girl, and that was really difficult for me. I couldn't get into the mind of a woman because I wasn't a woman. I didn't understand why it was so hard for me. So I struggled with that a lot in college, really characterizing pieces and being able to convey that characterization and that message well. And it didn't help that I had to be like in a dress and heels when I performed, and that sucked. Yeah, now it all makes sense why I was never able to connect with these songs and pieces that were normally sung by women, and figured it out. Yay! But now that I'm on T, my voice is changing. Getting deeper. I'm playing around with my voice a lot. I can still sing high. Like, I'm a soprano. I'm probably more of a mezzo now, but I started out as a very, very high soprano. I'm really looking forward to getting into some of the male rep once my voice is able to handle that. And maybe even doing some countertenor stuff, which is basically a male voice singing in the soprano and alto registers. So here's a gender stereotype. High singing. People with high voices are generally, in society, categorized as women, or ladies. You know, you get it all the time, you know. People are conducting a choir and they say ladies, but what they really mean is people singing the soprano and alto parts, which are not necessarily ladies. Me. That's a pet peeve of mine. It's not accurate. Music is something that I love, like, indescribably so. I find it so hard to talk about music in a way that expresses how much of an impact it has on my daily life. And music to me is life-giving. It can make me feel a whole range of emotions within a few seconds. Just music. What did we take away from today's video? That men do not necessarily equal bass and tenor, and women do not necessarily equal soprano and alto, and crossover happens, and gender bends, and wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. Yes. If you like what you saw, subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, right here, and check out our other videos. I will be back next week. My glorious voice cracking will continue to happen, I'm sure. Bye. This Tuesday we're talking about transitioning while in school. I know that for a lot of people, transitioning in school is very scary and can be a very difficult experience.